Hi everybody. Just letting everyone know that I'm posting on my Facebook page because I ran out of memory on my phone, and my phone won't let me record any more messages, and I would really rather put this on YouTube than on Facebook, but Facebook gives you the option to download content that you've streamed from Facebook. Yeah, I think I said that right. If I didn't, pardon me, but you get the idea. So I can later on download it off of Facebook and put it on YouTube. So I'm doing this solo. So if my camera shuts off or you don't hear what I'm saying, I apologize ahead of time. I've had a couple of requests, and well, not requests, but questions and advice from people for, like, say you've had 3 or 4 puppies and you're having a large litter and my female just stalls out. She's tired, just like this. And she goes, let's say 5 hours between puppies. Now you have a girl that just doesn't want to do nothing. Unfortunately, you cannot let her like that. I think that's where I don't want to say 100% of people, but the majority of people go wrong. You cannot let her stay like this. I mean, you can give her naps, let her nap for a half hour to an hour, offer her food or water. She's probably not going to be hungry, maybe some water with calcium in it. But don't let her sleep like all day. Don't let her be like this all afternoon. Give her, reasonable breaks. But she's not really having a lot of hard contractions anymore because most of her huge puppies she just had are out of her. So her uterus has to contract down to get the last remaining puppies out, which I think there's 2 more left. So she's a little overweight to begin with, so I won't know if this is the last puppy or the puppy after this is going to be the last puppy until this one's born. Then I'll be able to feel exactly how many, because she's a little fat. She likes to eat. So I want to show you a technique that's helped me for stalled labors. It's called feathering. It's not for the faint at heart, so if things disgust you, if things are appalling to you, if things gross you out, please just stop watching this, because this is going to be, a little gross, especially if, like, you're eating and watching this or eating popcorn or whatever have you. So just stop watching it if you're easily grossed out. So feathering is a technique that you can use on a dog to get them to contract. If it doesn't get them to contract, it at least gets them to push. Sometimes if they only have 1 or 2 puppies left, and they're already dilated, they're already swollen, they're already open, so it's not like they're pushing out their first puppy. So what happens is when you do the feathering technique, it gives them the sensation to bear down. I have like 2 different techniques that I use, and it's usually enough to give her the urge to push, get the puppy out, and let's move on with our lives, get her nursing on her puppies, and get the day done and clean up, instead of hauling her off to the doctor, having a costly C-section, having her recover for 2 weeks, be on medication, antibiotics, and all that stuff, and have her feel even more miserable than she does now. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I think have helped me dramatically in avoiding C-sections, because we have a pretty good rate. In the last 10 years, we've only had 1 C-section out of probably like 20 plus litters, which isn't too bad, because I don't want to say a lot of, but many breeders I know have had more than that just this year. So yeah. At first I thought I was just getting lucky, but I do believe it's some of these techniques that are helping. And they're perfectly safe for the dog. You can actually Google it. Google feathering a dog, dog feathering, feathering and whelping. Google some of those words. Something should pop up. But it's a technique that is that's what it's referred to as feathering. There's 2 types of feathering methods. One is let me just put it this way. It requires you to stick your fingers in the dog's vagina. Let me just put it that way. Okay, there's two types. The first type is, the first type is you put your fingers in the vagina and you go like this, okay? That stimulates her pelvic bone. It gives her the sensation that there's a puppy in her pelvis, like in her pelvic outlet. So it gives her the urge to bear down. So even if that puppy is like all the way up here, maybe in her middle back, it'll give her that urge to push that puppy down the horn. Even though she doesn't know it's not all the way down there, you're giving her the sensation to push. And sometimes just that little bit, when she's tired like this and she don't want to do nothing, it's just enough to get that puppy where it needs to be and just enough for her to push it out. That's one technique. Another technique is where you take one finger, just one, you put it in her vagina, and you just twirl it around. It's similar to what the OBGYN would do when a baby is crowning. They usually see how the GYN will take his finger around the baby's head and kind of stretch out the skin around the vagina. It's sort of similar to that, but this is like inside of the vagina, and it's like you're actually circling the puppy's head or the puppy's butt, whichever way the puppy's coming. Circle the puppy's head inside the vagina, and it gives her the same sensation, again, to bearing down and getting that puppy out. In my experience, most of the time, if a puppy's head is right at the outlet, just by feathering, you can get that puppy's head out. And once you get that puppy's head out, you could easily get the rest of the head out, or the rest of the body out, I'm sorry. And same thing with the feet. If you can get a hold of one of those feet and just hold on and massage her belly and then just do the feathering or have somebody else do it, you can get that puppy out. There are so many ways that you can learn tips and tricks, and you know. And one of the things I always say to people if they ask for my advice, because I'm pretty brutally honest, if there's a puppy stuck, don't even bother. Like, if you can't get it unstuck, don't even bother getting your dog into the vet. Don't even take the dog. Don't even worry about getting the dog in the car. You need to get that puppy out. Unfortunately, people are like, oh, I don't want to pull on the puppy, I might hurt the puppy. You're right, but however, I'm going to be brutally honest, you cannot kill a dead puppy. If that puppy's already dead, you are not going to kill it any further. However, if that puppy remains stuck and your mom dog is bleeding internally, your mom dog can die. So it's not good to keep a puppy stuck. You got to try to get that puppy out at all costs, whether that means, unfortunately, puppies lose limbs. I have been lucky enough that has never happened to me, but I know people that it has happened to. But you have to get a stuck puppy unstuck, and you cannot kill a dead puppy. I mean, you got to get it out. Sometimes the puppies come out and they survive. They're pretty robust, those little guys, but sometimes they are just stillborn, and that's just the way it goes. But by the time you get the mom in the car and you got a head sticking out of her vagina, and by the time you drive 15 minutes to an hour or wherever you're going to the vet, puppy's going to die. Mom might be really lethargic and on her way out as well. I mean, it's just get the puppy out and then take the dog to the vet and do all the aftercare. Because like I said, you can't kill a dead puppy. So with that said, I'm going to demonstrate this disgusting technique. So I am going to warn you again. So if you're like eating popcorn or like, you know, chowing down on McDonald's or something, like, I don't want anybody like saying, oh, it's disgusting. Well, I warned you. So, come on. You want to try to say something sweet to her, you know? The other dogs are getting jealous. Come here. She's not really going to want to stand at this point. Anyone who's like had a litter party knows how this goes. So just get her to sit. She don't even have to stand. Heck, let her lay. She's been good. So I can't believe I'm doing this, but here we go. I'm right hand dominant, so I'm going to use my right hand. Usually it works. Your dominant hand is better or whatever. So you put your finger, okay, up here, All right. As you can see, it don't bother her. She couldn't care less. And what you're going to do is just, you're going to massage her belly. At this point, it probably feels really good. And then just do the twirling motion that I mentioned. And you're just going to massage her belly. And she's got, this side's empty, but she's got 2 puppies over here yet. So this is going to, like, see she's pushing? I don't know if you can see that. Just from me twirling my finger. All I'm doing is I have it in her, I'm just going like this. So you just twirl it and she pushes down. Like, she's not contracting or nothing, she's pushing on her own. Because she feels that, she's getting stimulated. Now, if you feel like, if you're doing this and you start to feel stuff coming down, which most of the time that's what is going to happen, you'll feel maybe a water bag or something. When you start to do this and you start feeling a water bag, as disgusting as it is, because these gloves suck, if you can get in there with like 2 fingers and pop the water bag, so then it brings the puppy down further. Sometimes, like, the water bag's right here. So, hold on. My phone's about to die. That's why I wanted to do this quick. Okay. So, like, there's a water bag right here that I could, like, pop right now. So, yeah, this is just going to stimulate her and help her push that puppy out. I don't know how much life I have on the battery left. I don't know. And then you just keep doing this. Like, you don't have anything else better to do. See there, she just gave me a good push. Now, if you do this and you have patience, do this by all means. This ain't going to hurt them as long as they are not having any discomfort, they're not bleeding out, they're not in any distress. Go for it. This alone has saved me from probably countless unnecessary C-sections that most people that don't know this, most breeders that don't know this technique or are afraid to do it or have never been shown how to do it, you know, sorry, I'm tired. So, but anyway, yeah, that's the nasty, ugly, and that's it. That's the name of the dog breeding business. So, say hi, Brittany. Tell everybody hi. Come here. Say hi. I was hoping you'd push your puppy out on, like, national Facebook, but even you are modest. Say, even you're modest. Yeah. So, right? Yeah. Yeah, she's not contracting anymore. Her labor's stalled, which is typical, especially for Dachshunds. Dachshunds are noted to have stalled labors all the time. I don't think I've had a Dachshund yet. Well, no, I've had some Dachshunds who, like, had real quick labors, but they were really young. But most of my Dachshunds, like 2 to 4 years old, they always stall. I don't know why. They just, especially if they're having like 4 to 5 puppies, they always stall between puppies 4 and 5 or 4 and 6. And the feathering technique always helps. So if you're a breeder and you're watching this, you're stalking my page, you're watching my videos, if you're taking anything good out of any of this, try it. Next time you have a female, oh, that's disgusting, putting your fingers in there. Oh, soap and water, alcohol, burn your hands, light them on fire, whatever you want to do. Your hands wash, it's only skin. As long as your dog is up to date on vaccinations, up to date on wormings, and has no diseases that can be transmitted to you, it's perfectly fine. I wouldn't suggest doing it to a stranger's dog. It's your dog. So, say hi, Brittany. Hi. Let's see. But that's basically it. So we're just waiting for, like, her to get the urge, and maybe in like 20 minutes I'll try what I just showed you again. We get a puppy out. I think, like I said, I think she has one or two more in there at least. She was pretty big. So, say. But I didn't know you had two 2-week-olds or 1-week-olds inside of you. My God, they're like sumo wrestlers. I have no idea. Like, yeah, you need a freaking bronze star for that. Like the bronze star of doxy bearing. So, alright, well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Hope I didn't gross out too many people. Bye.